When we bought a house, my husband's parent took my keys, saying, "I'll be decorating everything, you have no taste." My husband agreed and handed over our budget. I nodded, picked up my phone, and said, "Then let's call the realtor, because you just designed your own new home." They turned pale. When my husband, Sam, and I bought our first home, I thought it was going to be an exciting new chapter. Finally, our own space. No landlords, no roommates, no asking permission to put a nail in the wall. I was already imagining how I'd decorate, the furniture I'd buy, the little personal touches that would make it feel like home. But then his mother, Barbara, got involved. Sam and I spent months looking for the perfect house. We had a decent budget, and after a long search, we found one. 3 bedrooms, a big backyard, and plenty of space for us to grow. It needed some work, but that was part of the fun, making it ours. The night we signed the papers, we celebrated with takeout on the floor of our empty living room. I felt so happy, so relieved. Then Barbara walked in. She took one look around and sighed like we had just moved into a dumpster. "Oh, honey, this place needs a lot of work. But don't worry, I'll take care of it." I laughed, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. I said, "Well, I want to do most of it myself. I already have a few ideas." Barbara smiled like I was a child who had just announced I wanted to be an astronaut when I grew up. "You don't have to worry about a thing. I'll make it beautiful." She turned to Sam and put a hand on his arm. "You know I have good taste, right?" And Sam, my husband, my supposed partner, said, "Of course, Mom." I should have known then. The next morning, Sam texted me while I was at work. "Mom has some great ideas for the house. She's gonna help us with the renovations." I stared at my phone. First of all, we hadn't even unpacked yet. Second, I never asked for her help. I got home and found her measuring the walls. She had paint samples, fabric swatches, and a whole-ass notebook full of ideas. I've already made a list of what we need to fix. I'll call some contractors tomorrow. I was too stunned to speak. Sam walked in, looking totally fine with this. Then I saw it. He was handing her a renovation budget. I took a deep breath. "What's going on?" "Mom's just helping," he said casually. "Helping? Or taking over?" Barbara actually rolled her eyes. "Sweetheart, trust me. I know what I'm doing. You'll thank me later." I should have stopped it then. I should have put my foot down. But instead, I let it go. Big mistake. A week later, I came home early. Barbara's car was in the driveway. I walked in and found her rearranging furniture. "My furniture." "Oh, good, you're home," she chirped. I was too angry to even speak. Then I saw something that made my blood run cold. My house keys were on the counter. But they weren't where I had left them. Barbara picked them up and slid them into her purse. "I'll keep these," she said. "It'll be easier if I have access while I'm working on the house." I blinked. "Give me my keys." "Oh, don't be silly, sweetheart. You're busy with work, and I'm here all the time anyway. Give me my keys." She hesitated. Then she looked at Sam. And he nodded. "It makes sense, babe. She's just trying to help." I felt like the floor had disappeared under me. I looked at my husband, the man I married, the man I thought I could trust. And I realized in that moment, I was alone in this. Barbara smiled and patted my arm like I was a child throwing a tantrum. "You'll be thanking me in a few months. This house is going to look amazing." I didn't move. I didn't speak. I just nodded. Then I picked up my phone. "All right," I said, keeping my voice calm. "Then let's call the realtor. Because you just designed your own new home." Silence. Barbara froze. Sam's face turned red. "Wait. What?" Barbara laughed nervously. "If you want to take over a house, you might as well own it. You clearly want this one. So I'll call the realtor and we'll put it back on the market. You can buy it. Or maybe we'll just sell it to someone else." Barbara's mouth opened and closed like a fish. "You're being ridiculous." "No, what's ridiculous is me paying for a house I apparently don't have control over. So, you either buy it or you get the hell out of my house." She was speechless. I turned to Sam. "What's it going to be?" He just stood there. Barbara was desperate now. "Now, hold on. We don't need to rush things. Let's just take a breath, okay?" I pulled up the realtor's number. "No rush. But if I don't get my keys back in the next 10 seconds, I'm listing this place." Sam snapped. "Mom, just give her the damn keys." Barbara looked like she had swallowed a lemon. She fished the keys out of her purse and slammed them onto the counter. I picked them up and put them in my pocket. "Good choice." Barbara was shaking with rage. "You'll regret this." I smiled. "No, I won't." Barbara stormed out after handing over the keys. Sam stood there, rubbing his temples like I was the problem. "Jesus, babe, you didn't have to go nuclear." "I didn't have to go nuclear?" "Your mother stole my keys, hijacked our house, and you stood there like a lost puppy." She was just trying to help. I took a deep breath. This is my house. I don't need her help. Sam sighed, running a hand through his hair. Can we just move on? Oh, I moved on, all right. I stopped talking to Barbara completely. I didn't answer her calls. I didn't text back. I didn't invite her over. I wanted my house back. Sam didn't like it. She's my mom, babe. This is putting me in a really bad position. She put you in this position. Not me. We fought about it constantly. But I wasn't giving in. A week later, something strange started happening. One evening, I got home from work and saw a delivery truck parked outside. A guy was unloading boxes onto our porch. Excuse me, I said. What's all this? Furniture delivery, he said, looking at his clipboard. I frowned. I hadn't ordered anything. You must have the wrong house. He double-checked the address. Nope, this is it. Orders under Barbara's name. My blood boiled. I whipped out my phone and called her. Oh, good, it arrived, she chirped. What the hell, Barbara? I ordered some new furniture. The stuff you have is too plain. We didn't ask for this. You'll love it once you see it set up. I hung up and told the delivery guy to take it all back. The next day, another delivery. This time, light fixtures and curtains. The day after, new rugs. I sent everything back. Sam tried to make excuses. She's just trying to make things nice for us. She's trying to take control again. He sighed, but I could tell he knew I was right. I thought that would be the end of it. I was wrong. A few nights later, I woke up to a strange noise. Footsteps. I glanced at the clock. 2:14 a.m. I shook Sam awake. Did you hear that? He groaned. It's probably nothing. Go back to sleep. But I knew what I heard. I grabbed my phone and crept out of bed. I tiptoed toward the living room. The noise got louder, a rustling sound. My heart pounded. I reached the hallway, peeked around the corner, and almost screamed. Barbara. In my living room. She was moving things around. I flipped on the light. What the hell are you doing? Barbara jumped. Oh! I was just fixing the place up. I thought this rug would look better over here, get out! Sweetheart, don't be so dramatic, get out! Sam came running into the room, rubbing his eyes. What's going on? Your mother broke into our house. Barbara scoffed. I used the spare key. The one in the backyard. I glared at Sam. You left a spare key where she could find it? His face turned red. I forgot it was there. Barbara waved her hand. You're overreacting. I grabbed my phone. Either you leave right now or I call the cops. That got her attention. She grabbed her purse, huffed dramatically, and stormed out. I turned to Sam. Fix this. Now. His face was pale. I will. I didn't believe him. For the next few days, she went radio silent. No calls. No texts. No surprise visits. I should have known it was the calm before the storm. On Friday, I got home from work, walked up to my house, and saw a for sale sign in the yard. My stomach dropped. I marched inside and found Sam sitting on the couch, staring at the floor. What the hell is this? He looked up, eyes full of guilt. Mom listed the house. I blinked. She can't list the house. It's not hers. She called the realtor and said we changed our minds. I felt like I was going to explode. I grabbed my phone and dialed Barbara. What is wrong with you? I'm fixing things, sweetheart. You clearly don't want this house. I could barely breathe. If you don't take that sign down in the next hour, I will sue you for fraud. Silence. Then she laughed. Oh, honey, you don't have the guts. I smiled. She had no idea who she was messing with. Barbara thought she could sell my house out from under me. She really thought she could list it behind my back and that I'd just let it happen. She had no idea who she was messing with. The moment she laughed and said, "You don't have the guts," I hung up. I turned to Sam, who was still sitting there looking guilty. Call your mother. Tell her to take the sign down. Now. He rubbed his face. She won't listen to me. Then you'd better make her listen, because if I have to handle it, it won't be pretty. I could see the panic in his eyes. He knew I wasn't bluffing. He called her. It went straight to voicemail. Fine. I'd handle it myself. I grabbed my phone and called the realtor listed on the sign. Hi, I just saw your sign in my yard. Funny thing, though, I never listed my house for sale. The realtor was horrified. Oh my God. I got a call from a Barbara last name. She said she was the owner. She's not. My husband and I own this house. My name is on the deed. You need to take that listing down immediately. The realtor apologized 100 times. She said she'd fix it, that she'd call Barbara and get it sorted. I wasn't done yet. I hung up and pulled up my bank's website. I had one goal now. To make sure Barbara could never pull this crap again. Sam was still watching me, looking helpless. What are you doing? Calling a lawyer. His eyes went wide. Babe, don't you think that's too much? I laughed. Actually laughed. Your mother tried to commit real estate fraud, and you think I'm overreacting? He opened his mouth, then closed it. He knew there was nothing he could say. I found a lawyer who specialized in real estate disputes and restraining orders. By the next morning, I had filed a cease and desist order against Barbara. She was officially warned. If she tried anything like this again, I would sue. The listing was taken down, and Barbara was furious. She texted Sam. How could she do this to me? I was just trying to help. You should have stopped her, I told him. He had no answer. Just when I thought things were settling down, something even crazier happened. A few days later, I was at work when I got a call from an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something told me to pick up. Hello? A woman's voice. Nervous. Hi. I don't know if this is weird, but are you the owner of our address? Yes. Who is this? I saw your house listed online a few days ago. I called about it, and the woman I spoke to, Barbara, told me it was for sale. My heart stopped. Barbara told you that? Yes. And, she also offered to sell it to me off the market if I paid in cash. I nearly dropped my phone. Wait, what? You mean she wanted you to give her money directly? Yes. She said she could handle everything without a realtor and that we could just keep it between us to avoid extra fees. I felt sick. This wasn't just manipulation anymore. This was criminal. Do you have anything in writing? I asked. She emailed me the details. I clenched my fists. Can you send me everything? Every email, every message? She agreed. By the time I got home, I had the evidence. Barbara had been trying to pull an illegal private sale behind my back. I stared at the emails, my hands shaking with rage. That's it. Sam looked up. What? I'm pressing charges. He went pale. Wait. You don't have to do that. She tried to steal my house, Sam. She was going to scam someone out of their money. And you still want me to let this go? He was silent. That told me everything. I had enough. Enough of Barbara. Enough of Sam's excuses. Enough of being treated like I didn't matter. I went into the bedroom, grabbed a suitcase, and started packing. Sam watched, confused. What are you doing? Leaving. His face fell. Babe, come on. Let's talk about this. I zipped up my bag. Talk? You never stood up for me. Not once. And now, I'm done. I walked past him, suitcase in hand. I had one stop to make before I left. Barbara's house. It was time she faced the consequences. I had one stop to make before I left. Barbara's house. This had gone beyond just controlling behavior. It wasn't about furniture, decorations, or even her breaking into my house. She tried to sell my home behind my back. She almost scammed an innocent buyer out of their money. And Sam? He let it happen. My whole life had been turned upside down because of these two. And now? I was done playing nice. Barbara lived in a gated community, but I didn't care. I tailgated a car through the gate, drove straight to her house, and slammed my car door hard enough to shake the windows. I rang the doorbell once. Twice. Then I just started pounding on the door. Barbara opened it, wearing a silk robe like she hadn't just committed actual fraud. Oh, sweetheart, what a surprise, she chirped, pretending nothing was wrong. I shoved my phone in her face. Read that. She frowned, then glanced at the screen. Her own email. The one where she offered to sell my house under the table. She went still. Where did you get this? She asked, her voice quieter. Doesn't matter. I stepped forward, forcing her back into the house. You stole my keys. You tried to steal my house. And now I have proof. Barbara started smiling, but it was fake, tight, nervous. You're making this bigger than it is, honey. It was just a misunderstanding. My voice was shaking now, but not from fear. From anger. You sent fake listings. You tried to get a stranger to send you money for my house. Do you know what that's called, Barbara? She didn't answer. It's called wire fraud. It's a felony. And if I go to the police, you'll be explaining it in front of a judge. Her face drained of color. She tried to speak, but I didn't give her the chance. You're going to call that realtor, and you're going to explain that you lied. Then you're going to call the buyer and tell them the sale was a scam. And when you're done, you're going to stay the hell out of my life. Silence. Barbara stared at me like she didn't recognize me. Like she thought she could break me down with some condescending words, just like she always had. Then, suddenly, she laughed. You wouldn't do that. I pulled out my phone and started dialing. Her smile vanished. Wait. Stop. I didn't stop. Okay, she yelped, panic finally setting in. I'll fix it. Just hang up. I stared her down. You have 5 minutes. She scrambled for her phone. And as I watched her fumble her way through her frantic calls, I felt nothing but disgust. I was walking back to my car when I saw Sam's car pull up. He got out, looking exhausted. I knew you'd come here, he said. I threw my suitcase in the back seat. Good. Then you also know I'm done. He flinched. Babe, don't do this. Why not? Because it's inconvenient for you? Because now you'll have to tell people your wife left because you're a spineless coward. He winced. I know I screwed up. I should have stood up to her. I should have told her no. But you didn't. Not when she stole my keys. Not when she broke into our house. Not when she tried to sell it behind my back. You never stood up for me, Sam. His jaw clenched. He had no defense. I thought we could fix this, he said weakly. I shook my head. No, Sam. I fixed it. You let it happen. Tears welled in his eyes. I love you. I stared at him. If you loved me, we wouldn't be here. For a moment, I thought he might fight harder. That he might actually try for once. But then his shoulders slumped. He knew it was over. I never wanted to choose between you and my mom, he whispered. You didn't have to, I said. You just had to choose us. But you never did. I got in my car. He didn't try to stop me. As I pulled away, I saw him standing in the driveway. Alone. Barbara tried calling me a few times. I never answered. Sam tried too, but his calls got shorter. His texts got less frequent. Until finally, they just stopped. I moved into my own apartment. No surprise deliveries. No stolen keys. No one rearranging my furniture while I slept. Just peace. And I didn't regret leaving for a second. Sometimes we think love is enough. That if we just try harder, things will get better. But love isn't enough when someone refuses to stand up for you. It isn't enough when you're treated like you don't matter. And it sure as hell isn't enough when your own husband lets his mother try to steal your house. I should have walked away sooner. But at least I walked away before it was too late.